Rosalia, formerly of House Cannith, is dead. No, that's not where I should begin. The Harpies. Status, dead. We have collected approximately 15 wings to prove that fact. The job, in its most basic form, is complete. If we wish for the full pay, there are 2 more tasks ahead of us. Recovering the Jenny's lost cargo, and gathering the personal effects of the victims. An attempt was made to search the harpy nests, but due to our exhaustion, we were unable to identify anything of note. I assume we will try again once we have had time to rest. N. Status alive. N is a killer now. That is a thought they've been unable to escape. N killed Rosalia with intent, and killed with their hands, and killed to protect Luca, Willow, and Cat. Now they have to live with this fact. There is no turning back. They are also prepared to take responsibility for the fight, as it was their actions that caused Rosalia to turn on us. And read her mind, and she knew, which led to her attack. And did this in hopes of catching her in a moment of weakness. They did this so that their allies would know exactly what she was capable of. In the end, this choice had less than ideal results, and is prepared for the consequences. What N has yet to fully acknowledge is that it seems they pulled Luca back from the brink of death. When Rosalia's fireball nearly killed him, it was N's magic that stabilized him. Possibly. Cat. Status alive. She was caught in the initial fireball, but thanks to Luca's healing, she is presently more tired than wounded. It would appear she doesn't hold a grudge against N, despite N being the one to invoke hot potato. We are okay. Ferris Greenleaf. Status alive. He spoke with the Blackfin crew and ensured they understood the situation. Thanks to him, killing Rosalia and our other endeavors are unlikely to jeopardize the good favor we have earned with them. He will continue to be in talks with Captain Tarape about future matters, such as dislodging their ship from the Good Fortune and exploring the aforementioned shipwreck. We are lucky to have him. Willow Jenkins. Status alive. Willow attempted to grab N in order to stop them from killing Rosalia, perhaps to protect N from what they are currently feeling. Needless to say, N broke away from their grasp. Willow felt uncharacteristically weak. They walked away after the kill, attempted to board the Good Fortune by themselves, and were particularly short-tempered while harvesting wings from the harpies and discussing what to do with Rosalia's body. It's clear they are not doing well in the aftermath, though currently they are hiding it better. We are birds of a feather, I suppose. Luca Carnson. Status alive. After the kill, Luca walked away from N. Once, when N attempted to assist him in paying Rosalia's prior respects, and again at the debriefing table. N doesn't blame him for staying away. They believe they are likely the least comforting presence for Luca at the moment, given what he saw them do. However, according to Willow, Luca experienced some manner of flashback during combat. This explains the strange behavior we observed. He was openly aggressive and continued to make demands that made little sense. Unfortunately, he returned to reality just in time to witness N deliver the fatal blow to Rosalia. He told N to stop, and didn't. He now has a burn scar on his arm due to the fireball that nearly took his life. Rosalia DeCanneth. Status dead. N has no regrets for ending her life. We read her thoughts. We know she fed the crew of the Good Fortune to harpies to earn their favor. We know she did experiments on civilians. We know she was going to sell her skills to the highest bidder to earn a fortune. She hurt people. She would have continued to hurt people. She nearly killed Luca, and felt they had no choice. To protect everyone, they killed her. But when Luca cremated her and took a moment to pay her their respects, we do not regret ending her life. But she was still a life. We can't lose sight of that. And you thought this would feel different. The threat is gone. You are left shaken and cold. And your allies are still suffering. Times like these when patience is difficult. But you will survive. In the meantime, I will endure this uncertain silence for you.
Thank you very much.
Hot potato?
Not something I ever thought I'd hear Kai say, but I am grateful.
I'm in love with him. God, carry on.
So, we pick back up late morning on the 23rd of Airy. There is quiet at Sky Street Reef. The only noise is the whistling of the wind through the rocks as it blows. Varys emerges from the cabin of the scrap bucket and goes over to see what Luca is up to.
Luca's sitting up with his legs drawn up in a very girl doing her journaling kind of way. But upon hearing Varys approach, I kind of put my legs down and close my journal and put it on my lap, sit up straighter to acknowledge him.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No, I was just going over everything in my head.
He nods. May I
I
ask?
shift over slightly, like if he wants to sit down.
Yeah, he'll accept and sit down next to you. Not like too close, but he's also not keeping his distance. Definitely within arm's reach. He is. His body language is turned towards you, and he's clearly like trying to be open.
Mm-hmm.
Varys asks, "How are you feeling?"
Displaced.
He nods. Would you like to talk about what happened?
Wouldn't know where to begin. I was taken away somewhere distant. And not slightly, like that's the best way I can describe it.
Like you were enchanted, or
No. You know, I know little of my past.
he nods.
Well, I think I was put back into it for a moment.
Ah, you got. Well, you remembered something then?
I nod, fiddling with the edge of my journal, the paper, just kind of flicking it.
Nothing
When,
good, though.
no. When I came to a few years ago, I had military tags, so I do know that I was of some rank, and I was remembering something that happened while I was of rank. When the fireball went off, that wasn't the first time that it's happened to me, and I was taken back there, I think.
Yes. Sometimes the heat of battle can come to haunt us.
First time it's ever happened so completely, and when I'm awake.
Varys gives you a sympathetic nod.
I've told you I'm going back to Karnath to try and figure out who I was back then. This has made me very nervous for that.
Oh. 'Tis understandable.
Everything I have was that sort of pain. Just for a moment, I wonder if it's worth it.
That is the question, I suppose, but... I don't know if a difficult journey can be quantified by worth by anticipating the pain you might endure.
You nod
What is the
slightly.
reason you wanted to go find out in the first place?
I feel like I'm not real for as long as I don't know who I was.
Paris nods. I can understand that. Sometimes I understand clinging to painful memories to keep a grasp of who you are as a person. Though it is no easy thing. And it is not a weakness to feel that pain or to want to avoid it.
Don't know how to explain this to the others.
Well, I don't think they will be upset if you have trouble with it.
But if this makes me untrustworthy,
I wouldn't say that. You can't judge a man by how he acts when on the verge of death. That is not a standard anyone should be held to. How much... You said you were taken away. How much do you remember of what happened? What you did while you were
I
lost in a memory?
think I remember most of it, but it's like I was watching myself,
Varys nods.
and some things were overlapped, so I can't be sure what happened where.
He nods again.
I remember people that I don't remember, and feelings that I didn't have.
Hmm.
I was scared for everyone, but not Willow or Anne or Kat. Other people.
I think Varys like puts a hand on your shoulder and gives it like a fatherly squeeze, is as best as I can describe it. Whatever happened in that memory, you do know that all your friends are still safe now.
Do I? What if
You all came back
those
alive.
people were my friends? And
Luca, we can't change what has happened to us in the past. Seeker Elsa, I'm sure, has given you much of the same advice, but as someone who has some inkling of the kind of suffering you must be feeling, the kind of shame that comes from seeing people you were responsible for die on your watch. It does neither you nor them any favors to be held back by that remorse.
you're right. I'm fiddling with my brooch a little bit. Suppose I can be thankful that nothing happened to the people I have now while I was displaced.
Varys nods. The worst of it is over for now.
Wish it were.
Hmm?
I wish it were.
What's still to come then?
Fallout.
Huh. Well, what's the worst that could happen? We're not going to abandon you on this rock.
I'll hold you to that.
Varys gives you like a little wry smirk.
Should tell them.
About your disappearing.
Yes. So they can be aware if it happens again.
Varys nods.
At least I knew you as someone worthy of respect.
Well, I'm flattered. I do have to say I admire your courage. It takes a strong heart to admit when you were overcome by fear. And to hold your head high anyway.
Guess I've got a lot of practice in that. Will you sit
If
with
you
us?
ever... Oh, of course. Of course.
Luca nods a little bit.
And, if you ever just... He shrugs, want someone to listen to what's on your mind. I'm not a seeker Elsa, but I am willing to listen. And I won't judge.
I think I'll take you up on that.
Harris gives you a smile.
I give him one back, but it's very tired.
Yeah. I'm going to see about making lunch for the rest of us.
Okay.
Shout if you need anything. Or even if
will.
you don't.
Yes.
He gives you
Make sure
another...
everyone else is all right.
Harris nods. He gives you another, like, firm pat on the shoulder. It's a grounding feeling.
Mm.
To feel the warmth of, like, somebody's hand on your shoulder.
I'll relish it as long as it's there.
Okay. Varys heads back inside of the cabin of the scrap bucket. Who's in there?
I don't know where Willow is, but Guy's probably finished up his shower at that point. He might come upstairs.
You know what?
Also, to like bother Cat because Cat is resting, so he'll go
Yeah.
upstairs to
Willow
avoid
might.
that.
Yeah, and I think when Kaya comes up, Willow will probably tag out and use the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think they actually made it to the bathroom. They just said they were going to.
No, they didn't.
No.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, yeah, on top of hearing Varys and Luca's convo and Kai coming back up, Willow's going to like excuse themselves. You think Fish
you
Dog's
listening?
fixed by now? No. But you know,
not
you can
listening,
tell.
but like you can hear people talking at a distance. You know, the
Okay.
mama.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
eavesdropping.
Willow was not dropping eaves. Trust me, you'd know. This snout
Yeah.
would be out. But yeah. No, yeah. Willow's probably gonna excuse themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Might pat Kai on the... No. Is Fish Dog ready? Probably not. I keep forgetting how
Nah.
much time passed. Okay, then yeah, Willow will say they're going to finish this up downstairs and then basically go.
Scoop up Fish Dog and
Yeah.
feed her down the
Yeah.
stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy watches them go and then looks back at Varys. Do not be alarmed. I am N.
Wow.
How does Varys look?
I think he just blinks.
You are aware N is a changeling, yes?
Yes, I don't think I've seen you wear this face before.
No, I don't believe so. I am one of their personas. You can call me Kai. They are presently more comfortable in this form, if it is no problem to you.
Varys shrugs. Seems alright with me.
Kai nods. sort of peers out in the direction of where Luca might be on the ship, even if he cannot see anything, just like peers towards the wall.
Yeah.
You spoke with Luca?
Yes, I did.
How is he?
Shaken, but he's made of stern stuff.
Hmm. Yes, I'm aware.
Well, Kai, you think you could help me peel some potatoes for lunch?
I can do that.
Garrus
That'll-
hands you a peeler and uh, a few potatoes and
It's
sets about
like a knife.
preparing some stuff. Yeah, just a
Varys.
funny shaped knife.
Yes, it's just two knives split in the middle. Fine. I know how to do this.
No.
Has Luca or Willow told you that N wouldn't be alive if it weren't for the two of them?
I don't think so.
Kai nods. They were also in a certain form a victim of the lighthouse. It was Willow and Luca who found them there and rescued them, not unlike yourself.
Huh. Aren't we lucky to have such fine friends?
So it would seem. N's not
And
sure
how do you feel about
how long this will
all of
last.
how long what will last?
Willow and Luca, considering the events of the morning. Never
Give it
mind.
some time.
We shouldn't put this on you.
Well, if it's going to impact your performance as a crew, I think I ought to know. I'm the captain, after all.
And has no intention of letting it impact the crew.
Well, intention or not, feelings have a way of coming out sideways.
Hmm. They do.
Speaking of, how are you feeling about all of this, Kai?
That is a pointless question, but I can answer for N. N has not killed like that before.
Ah.
The previous encounters with having a hand in death have been different.
Yes, it certainly changes you
It's
when you first take a life.
uncomfortable.
Good.
Yes. I do not think it's a bad thing.
That discomfort means you still have a conscience about you. Those who kill and have no remorse, or worse yet, find delight in it. Those are the ones not to be trusted.
Yes. That was why we felt we had to put a stop to Rosalia.
Yes. You did the right thing.
And
I'm sure In ideal circumstances, you would have tried to find a different way to resolve this, but circumstances are never ideal. And it is foolish to wish on things that could have been.
I am
Though
aware.
it is also not shameful to feel regret or remorse.
Guy nods. And has thought a lot about how Willow and Luca helped you.
I have too.
I can imagine. They're good people.
That they are.
It would be a shame to lose them now.
I agree. You did good by helping and protecting them.
Perhaps. That is all Anne has been trying to do. We are aware it does not always come out the right way.
Well, that's the cost of living, isn't it?
So it would seem.
But thanks to all your efforts combined, you will each live to see another day.
That is the most important part.
Quite. So, Kai,
Yes?
what do you remember of what happened?
Well, everything. I'm not a different person, so I remember what Anne remembers. What do you want to know?
No. It seems like you're a little more impartial in
Yes.
attitude. So how would you describe the events of what happened?
An imperfect execution of a plan, but one that did not fail to get results.
Darius does like a little nose laugh and nods.
It wasn't what N wanted, but it has eliminated the threat. And everyone survived, therefore, it can be regarded as a success.
Varys nods again. Well, I'm sure that and we'll come to terms with the fact that sometimes a mixed success is the best you can hope for. And that sometimes discomfort is only a small price to pay.
The pain would be worse if Luca had died.
Varys sort of pauses and Looks over his shoulder. How badly hurt was Luca?
He seems to have almost died. He was unconscious for a spell, and unresponsive.
And it is a good thing that you all were there with him.
Yes.
Does he know that you saved him?
No. Frankly, I'm not
You should
sure
let-
N knows.
Well then, you'd best inform them both.
I do what I can. Luca will not want to hear from me.
Oh, aye?
No, he is new to the world of changelings and regards me with some hostility.
Huh. No. If you like, I can pass along the message.
And we'll speak with him. This is only temporary. When he returns to the cabin, so will N.
Well, I imagine the sooner we get lunch finished, the sooner that will happen.
Indeed.
And Varys and Kai busy themselves with lunch preparations. Willow,
Hi.
what you up to?
Well, it's having a quick wash, and I think they was trying to remain quiet when they like emerged from the bathroom, but they're also probably going to like. I think Willow can work on Fish Dog rather quietly. Like it's not like
Yeah.
a loud sound, so they're going
Yeah,
to
you
set up.
can. Yeah, you can cast mending relatively quietly.
Yeah, and so they can also hear now the murmur of another conversation happening upstairs. So they're not going to go butt into that. They might go to their workshop, and I think Kat's bed is like hammock is closest to their
Yeah.
workshop table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat's like bundled with. I think she has like an arm over her eyes to just block out whatever light, and is dozing. You can tell that like she's not dead asleep because of how lightly she's breathing. stuff.
Yeah. Does
She's
Kat
just
snore?
kind of like. I don't think so, but I think
Okay.
like there's a definite difference in like the rhythm of her breath
Yeah.
when
I
she's
also imagine
asleep
her doing
versus.
not a snore, but like those cat purrs when they're like in deep sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Cat's like dead asleep, she gets very floppy, is what I will say. She
Yeah.
like
Aw.
stretches. When
Yeah.
she's like only dozing, it's more of a scrunch.
Yeah. Aw. But I think Willow's going to put their stuff down and like as quietly as possible, but then upon seeing that she might be awake, they've basically set up Fish Dog to fix Fish Dog, but then might instead of going behind the counter just kind of like hover to see properly if she's awake. Until they are pretty much like right next to the hammock and like head tilting.
It would be better to say that she's like only half asleep.
Okay, well.
But
should Willow drop something or should Willow talk to her?
Willow should talk to her.
Okay. Startle her awake or Cat?
Hmm.
Are you asleep?
Hmm.
Should I let you sleep?
Hmm.
Okay. Willow's going to start walking away.
No. Was
Okay. Willow zips back. Are you cold?
I'm okay. Just tired.
Is if there's any light coming through at all, Willow's going to like put a curtain over it. I don't think is it just ambient light? Either way, Willow's
It's just
going to try and
ambient
make it
light.
that comfy. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Cat?
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm sorry about before.
Which bit?
Good question. The the fight, how I behaved after the fight, the conversation I had with Luca, the harpy I tossed in the water, walking past you without acknowledging you on the way back, and offering you the loot. Among other things, maybe. Just being rude. And then waking you up to say it. I can wait until you've slept properly, but...
It's okay. That's a lot of apologies for one sentence.
I'm very efficient.
I forgive you for being a dick after we killed everybody.
Thank you. I forgive you for showing me up with your bow.
Cat, like, barely squints an eye open to just, like, raise an eyebrow at you, like, really?
I'm kidding. I'm joking. That's a joke. I'm sorry.
I think she, like, reaches out and, like, flops a hand on your head and scrunches her hair a little. In a friendly way. Just don't make a habit of it.
I don't intend to.
Oh, good then.
Willow's going to... Does she seem open to, like... She started an affection. Would she be open to Willow, like, taking the hand off? Or, like, putting their hand on Cat's hand? On their face, head? Yeah.
Cat does not seem closed off. She just seems sleepy.
Yeah. I think, Willow's going to kind of hold her hand for a bit and then kind of put her hand back over her chest. And if Cat seems amiable, they might give her a face nuzzle.
Yeah, she'll accept the face nuzzle and do a little purr.
Yeah.
Do I have to get up?
No, you can sleep.
Okay.
I'll be there. The gesture at their workshop table.
Yeah, she nods, eyes closed again.
I think if Willow was going to say anything, the idea like that she's looking like she's ready to sleep again has Willow sort of quieting, but they will just kind of stay there until she's asleep with like various cuddly gestures, whatever she likes, face stroking or like hair. I don't think she likes hair patting, huh? Does she? Or not ear touching?
Just, not ear touching, just because their ears are like a little bit overly ticklish.
Yeah.
But she'll accept like a chin scritchy.
Yeah.
She'll like lean her head into your hand if you scratch under her chin.
Yeah. I also think Willow might just kind of like, you know how you rest on a table on your arms? They might just kind of do that on her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until she falls back asleep.
Yeah.
So they're probably resting their face on her chest,
tummy.
around her chest. Yeah, or tummy. And then when she seems like she's asleep again, Willow will go back to work.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let us skip forward in time.
Mhm.
Kai and Varys finish making lunch. Willow repairs Fish Dog back up to full health because the mending cantrip just repairs Fish Dog
Oh yeah.
if it doesn't hit 0. It's only if
nice.
Fish Dog like outright
Explodes.
explodes that it takes a really long time to repair.
Right. I think
It's
Willow. Yeah.
Fish Dog has not survived previous battle
that's right.
encounters.
Congratulations, Fish Dog.
Survived a fireball
Twice.
with 12 hit points.
Beep boop, baby.
Wow.
That
Like,
one
they-
survived
If-
better than I did.
Yeah, look, Fish Dog has evasion.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
it is kind of designed to avoid explosions.
Hmm.
It makes one of us, little
Yeah.
buddy.
Mm.
Yeah. I think Willow might conk out a little while they're repairing Fish Dog.
Yeah, Willow takes a quick bench nap
Yeah.
while
They
Fish
just
Dog
like
is
heads start
calibrating.
sinking and just yeah. Watching the little, I imagine like a little beep, like a heart monitor almost when it's like
Yeah.
sort of reloading
Yeah.
or repairing
Beep,
itself, and then
beep,
Willow's like watching it, head starts
beep.
bobbing, and then just like head down on table.
Fish Dog is making sure that all its joints and stuff work.
Mm.
Self-diagnostic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any data corrupted? No? Okay, good.
I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah.
I'm taking a nap.
Yeah. But yes. So, you are all called to lunch. I imagine it's like a relatively simple thing.
Mm.
Is Kai at lunch or is it Anne by that point?
When they hear Luca starting to come into the cabin and is going to quickly change back.
Ooh,
Okay.
Don't want to upset him anymore.
Yep, exactly.
In which case,
No, that's so mean.
there's a brief moment when Varys is about to address Kai, and then it's like, oh, you're back.
Yep. Hi. Sorry.
It's all right.
Yep, I'm here. I never left.
Moving on.
Well, that's sus.
Oh, man.
Gotta shake off the awkwardness of Kai when you're coming back and
And restore the awkwardness of N.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's specific brands, you see.
Yes.
I
Different
also imagine
flavors of
Cat-
awkward.
Yeah. I imagine Cat might have been the one to wake Willow.
Yeah.
It was just like a return favor.
Yeah. Cat smelled food and heard the call to lunch. It
Mm.
was like gently. I think Cat like slightly annoys Willow awake by putting her finger like right at the tip of Willow's ear so that they start flicking it.
Uh-huh.
Aw.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, the ear starts swatting and then they sit up abruptly and it's like, oh, Cat. Like, what the? Oh, Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, Willow would have put all of Roselia's things that they
Mhm.
looted, but specifically the jewelry. They probably put it in a little bath to clean it,
Mm.
and they put it aside. Like they're
Yeah.
not making a thing of it. They're just
Yeah, it's just like set aside as a for later project.
yeah, they are going to give it to Kat, but they will make it so that it's ready to be sold. Not
Yeah.
like takes the jewelry straight from the corpse and hands it to you in like a panic. It's
Yeah.
Willow's going to make it so that like Kat doesn't have to do anything. Kat can just
Yeah.
sell it or do whatever she needs. But
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, they would join Kat, and they are very happy if They are not very happy. They are glad if she seems fine. Does she seem fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Will is glad
She's
if
still
they
a little.
seem fine.
She's a little bit dinged up, but like, so are you all. But
Yeah.
Yep.
she's fine.
Does she have like bald patches?
No, thankfully, Luca's
good.
healing magic regrew
Oh, yay!
most
Aw.
of the fur.
Oh, good.
Yay.
So all she is just like tired, and her clothes are a bit sooty.
Okay.
Yeah. That's nice. That's cute. I think
She's
Willow
just
was
looking a
laying
bit
flat the
rumpled.
fur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow was probably laying flat the fur on her cheeks and stuff that was otherwise like tousled by the fight
Yeah.
and the
yeah.
shower and like the burns. So that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, Luca, after having your sort of introspection time, everybody is at lunch and is there. Cat and Willow are there. Varys is there. Dishing up plates
Will
for everybody.
I'll let everyone eat like a little bit before I start ruining the conversation.
No, that's fair.
Wait,
Yeah.
I want to insight check Luca as soon as I walk into. Actually, I want to insight check everyone.
Okay, roll.
Am I at disadvantage still? Oh, I'm exhausted.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you are
Ah.
still exhausted.
How do I do a group check or do I do like 3 individual checks?
You do one.
Okay.
10.
Not bad.
I think everybody seems tired,
Yeah.
except for Varys. That is understandable. Varys seems like he is taking on a more domestic role than you might expect for a captain to do. But because this is such a small crew, it makes sense to do
Uncle
that.
Valis. Yeah.
Yeah. He's making sure everybody's like basic physical needs are met after a harrowing fight, because you know what makes everything worse? Being hungry.
Hungry. Yes.
Yeah.
Hungry and tired makes everything a bajillion times worse.
Yeah, very much. You ever
It's
having the
not-
worst
it's-
possible day and you're like, oh shit, I just need to eat.
Yeah, it's like eating and sleeping doesn't make things like it doesn't necessarily solve problems. However, it does stop you from feeling like you want to die immediately.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I can maybe handle this.
It does push back the expiry date, yes.
Yeah. It gives you a little more wiggle room.
Thank you.
So,
Oh, wise DM.
just as a metatextual thing, if you're feeling like absolute shit, maybe tend to your physical needs and see if you still feel like shit afterwards.
You know what? I'm
And
gonna
if you
take a drink of water.
Yeah,
everyone.
And if you still feel like shit, well, at least you're not hungry.
Very true.
Very wise.
If you're feeling in your worst, you take a snack, you take a shower, you take a nap, and then
And then come back.
Mhm.
And then we can address
Exactly
any underlying problems.
And then let the committee
Exactly
decide.
what Willow did.
Yep.
That's literally exactly what Willow just did.
Yep.
Good job, Willow.
Cat was a snack.
All right, Mix Jenkins.
Yeah.
So we're at lunch table.
Yep.
Yes. I think everybody's like greeted each other at least, so it's not like dead silent or anything.
Mhm.
It's just
Yeah.
quiet.
I imagine, yeah, Willow and Cat have sort of entered the room with a bit of a not a chatty vibe, but like
I'm like,
they are good.
yeah.
So like there's a energy. Willow doesn't not say hi to everyone. They wave.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they seem perky, I
Uh-oh.
guess.
Oh, that's
Wow.
that's troubling.
They drop a when they smell the food, and then they like make a point of wafting the smell over to them. So they are in. They don't seem to be in dire straits, but judging by your what-ohs, no one here believes that.
Like the players can have different opinions from the characters.
Yes.
I think I think Kat does like a little check-in with like Luca and Anne of like, hey,
Did you rest well?
you
Look
still
at you.
sore? Yeah.
Yeah.
And is kind of quiet, but they don't like ignore someone if someone
Yeah.
engages with them. So if they are
Yeah,
greeted, they will
it's
greet
not
back.
very chatty, but it is like it's subdued, let's say. The mood is subdued, but
Yes.
okay. It is not as dire as it was right after the battle. Things are
Yeah.
on the up,
Hmm.
if slowly.
For now.
Or on the nap. I'm too sleepy to have beef. And like, no.
Anyway, so about what time does Luca start talking during lunch? Like towards the end of it?
Yeah, I'd say like 75% of the way through the meal.
Yeah, makes sense.
But he'd make sure everyone was like almost finished.
Yeah.
And he'd eat slowly to make sure that everyone would like stay, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
all crowded around the little dining table in the scrap bucket.
Lunch is good, Captain.
Thank you. I'm glad it suits the purpose.
If we don't mind, I wouldn't mind um discussing some things with everyone.
Harris gives a nod and sort of glances around the table for everybody else.
And nods as well, though they're kind of looking at their plate when they do.
Kat's
Yeah,
ears sort
Willow's
of
go-
perk and looks curious, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I imagine Willow's been watching Luca looking like playing with his food or slowing down and expecting this for a while, so they just nod. Massive gulp. Gesture at him to go.
Okay. I don't exactly know how to describe this, so I will just say it outright. When we were in combat, I um I th- I suffered something that mentally took me away from the battle we were engaged in to one from my past, I think. And I want to apologize for that happening.
You have nothing to apologize for, Luca. Not like you can control it.
Kat pipes up like, yeah, it was a little scary, but glad you're okay?
Luca thoroughly tenses at being called scary.
No.
Not like you were scary, but like I was worried for you scary, you know? I mean, you guys were all on fire. So was I for a bit, but you guys got set on fire twice.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah.
And is pushing around a potato at this.
Willow's eating a potato and looking between all of you.
So
Nods a little bit
Potatoes.
at Kat's description.
you
Hot potatoes.
remembered something?
Oh, you clever devil. Sorry.
No, Luca said that out loud, so.
Oh. Right.
I did. I was with a group of people, my cavalry, and we were ambushed, and several of my men passed, and I was trying my best to prevent that from happening further.
Makes sense. Kat's ears kind of like droop a little of like, oh, bad memory.
Hmm.
But
Willow puts down. Their fork.
we're still okay.
Yeah, we're okay. I'm going to look at Willow. How are they reacting? They haven't said anything.
Willow's Willow seemed kind of to be taking this quite casually until you mentioned the death of your cavalry, and then they are now sitting respectfully. If you look at them in an expectant way at all, they will just say, "This sort of thing is to be expected."
I suppose. If
But,
I acted, yeah,
it's okay. You go ahead. I was just gonna say. I mean, like, hey, you remembered that you were cavalry? You know how to ride a horse.
Mhm.
Cool.
yeah. We all had horses, so if I acted in a way anyone found unacceptable, I apologize.
Well, no, okay. Willow's kind of looking around. Willow will shrug.
To be quite frank, Luca, I wasn't very close to you for the majority of the fight, so I can't exactly weigh in on this.
I'm going to look at Willow because I'm expecting them to say something, but they aren't.
Wait. They don't look. They mainly look like they're thinking of what to say. They don't look. They don't look like anything.
Great.
So
Great.
you
The
were a
mysterious Willow Jenkins.
captain?
Knight captain. Yes, I was.
Oh. Well. Hey.
You acted like it.
Yeah, that's true.
What does that mean?
Yeah, Ed kind of like
Very-
gives Willow a side eye and that, like,
Willow said words. Willow put words together, and then it's just kind of like sits back in their seat a bit.
Anyway,
Do I realize that they've kind of insulted me?
Did they insult you?
Did
I
you?
think Willow just I don't think Willow intended it as an insult. It was
Yeah.
just like a plain observation of fact, but
It was a
stated in a
fact.
very blunt manner
yeah.
that is the Willow Jenkins signature style of observation that maybe sounds like an insult.
Of course.
Their up B move, if you will.
my, my, no.
Cat's like waves off the thing of like, well, now if you ever ask me to call you captain again, I know what's going on, I guess.
Yeah.
And
That was
hey,
a
I
problem.
mean, it's a clue about. I mean, you remembered something. That's good, right? Even if
I did.
the memory kind of sucked, but. And I mean,
Willow
like
nods.
couldn't have been that bad. I mean, you got out of there alive, right?
I did. Yes. The people who attacked us did not.
Yep, that's kind of how war goes. Vera speaks up and says, I don't think anybody of us holds this against you for what you experienced, Luca.
Thank you, Captain.
I don't. It's perfectly understandable, Luca.
Nor I.
So we're all good. Right?
Nods.
Luca nods and smiles, but it's a very stiff, unresolved expression, let's say.
Cat just kind of gives a big awkward grin and then scrapes her plate clean
And
as a way to occupy her mouth.
En's got a furrowed brow, and they've got like a single like slice of potato still on their plate, and they've been scraping it around this entire conversation. They've got an expression like kind of like they're thinking about something that they want to say, but they're not saying it.
Hey, me too. Mine's more contemplative though than ends, I think. Like idle, distant.
Is there anything else we should discuss about everything that happened?
Cat looks around.
Do you remember the second fireball at all? What happened to you?
Zeke, do I remember? How much do I remember?
I think you remember waking up unconscious after being engulfed in flame and pain again.
Fun. My hometown. Not entirely. I remember going down, and I remember coming back, but the edges are fuzzy.
And
Yeah, I don't think anybody blames you for not remembering what happened when you were unconscious.
Gonna glance at N now. What are they working their way towards?
they seem to have kind of stalled. They're peering over at Luca, but then they look back at their plate.
I glance between Anne and Willow and ask, did something happen?
Willow will take the helm then. You fell in battle, so to speak.
Yeah, you were in a pretty bad way. And gave me a healing potion.
I don't know if you knew you could do that. Willow says to N. It was very impressive, though.
What, toss a healing potion?
No, before. Luca had fallen.
No. I thought he was dead. Rubs at their neck.
And then you did something and he wasn't. So
I'm not sure I did anything.
we'll have to look into that later. You may be unsure. I'm relatively sure. Luca wasn't conscious. N appears. Luca is conscious. Back to business.
Because of the potion, I
The
mean...
potion came after. N.
I'm not a healer, Willow. It's impossible.
Apparently not.
Sorry if I scared you.
It's not something you have to apologize for, Luca. I thought she had killed you, but she didn't, so, and you're fine now. Well, it's not like it doesn't matter, but
Sorry, the dog.
I'm sorry.
No, just the sound of N, like, yeah.
The sound of Luca's brain
Yeah,
processing.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I tend
Yeah.
to filter it.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
That's every single bark is like the cog turning one notch at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Lucas' brain just bark,
And
bark,
saved you my life?
bark.
I what I remember is you fell. I was the first to get to you, and I felt some sort of swell of power, but it's not really the first time I felt the swell of power when I get emotional. And then I don't know.
And then you woke up, Luca. Willow says kind of frankly. We can assess the ins and outs of it later, but I think it is relatively likely that that was your doing. So,
That-
kind of been that scary.
Is that what
You, I mean, this situation.
Sorry.
No, carry on. Pardon? No, go.
My arm doesn't hurt as much as I thought it would. I've been burnt before, and this is a little bit less. Wiggle my arm. And I flinch because I agitate it.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure. What are you
Probably
trying
not.
to discern?
I was just flavoring.
Ah. No, I just want to see if
what
I
would
have
you like to
anything more
discern?
intelligent to say about the potential of End's healing magic.
Um,
Or if Willow's...
Yes,
Because Willow's
I
just
think-
kind of taking a hypothesis here. Laughs, never mind. Oh, actually...
8. No, it's
eh.
you
Bad
weren't
bitch.
you weren't able to observe it close enough, so you'd have
Yeah.
to see it again to really assess it. But
Yeah.
it is sort of you've done it once, you could probably do it again.
Yeah.
Because like touching at his chest, like, do I feel N healing me inside me? I think so.
You are at the very least touched that N got to you first and wanted to
Mhm.
rescue you.
We did promise to have each other's backs, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And shoves the potato into their mouth.
The particulars of what happened in the aftermath of it, we can save for discussion tomorrow, I think. But needless to say, it seems that we're not upset with each other, and we are all grateful to be alive. Varys looks around the table to confirm what he's saying.
And nods.
Willow nods and has returned to eating.
Luca's looking down.
Willow's looking at Luca.
We can sort out our business on the morrow. This afternoon, we're going to try and help the crew of the Blackfin tow themselves off the sandbar and let them sail a distance and anchor a good ways away from the reef so that that accident doesn't happen again. And thanks to you all, we no longer have to worry about the harpies.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hmm.
And I would just like to apologize for causing trouble during the fight.
Willow sort of swats the air around their head like they're dismissing the idea. They are probably finished eating now, and they'll place down their fork
Yeah.
again. How does N respond to Willow sort of waving off the apology?
And is kind of sitting very stoic. So they don't seem to mind Willow's gesture.
Yeah. What did N specifically apologize for?
Causing trouble during the fight.
Trouble.
Yeah, okay. Willow's going to state, you made a decision. In the absence of a clear plan, you made a decision. Willow shrugs. If we didn't want you to make that decision, we should have planned better.
And shrugs.
I have her blood on my hands, as much as you. You were just faster.
Sure.
Yeah, we were all going after her. She sucked. She set us on fire twice. Well, you twice.
Luca looks ill.
Yeah. No, I think when Kat says that, Willow's looking, checking back on Luca, but doesn't make it obvious. They have full intention to talk to him alone.
He looked ill before she said that.
Fair. But Willow was talking to N before, so they weren't looking at you.
Yeah. Did any of us hesitate?
You did.
She could have run away when she turned invisible. We couldn't have chased her. She decided to come after us and, like, literally explode us.
That's true. She didn't have to use that beat on us, but...
Looking closely at Luca and considering what he asked, Willow's vibe changes a bit, and they say, to answer your question, yes.
Just me.
No. You asked whether anyone else hesitated? Yes. I didn't shoot her immediately when she stepped out to reveal herself to the Blackfin. I didn't set her shack on fire. We waited. Possibly too long. You could have died before we took action, so... Yes, there was hesitation. And you almost lost your life for it. We all could have, actually.
Yeah, no kidding.
So- But... if you're looking for... that reassurance, yes, there was hesitation. And Willow looks a little less perky than they have been. And kind of glance out the door.
Was there an offer of penance?
Man, if she
There
felt
wasn't-
bad about what she did, then she probably wouldn't have exploded us. She didn't even, like, try and bargain with us at the end there.
She didn't. She was planning to leave this place and kill more people, Luca. That's all she wanted to do. She wanted to sell her skills to the highest bidder, and those skills spread death, and that death she would then earn a fortune through, and then she would kill more people. That was her plan.
I don't know if you knew this, Luca, but apparently Miss Rosalia had bought her way into the alliance with the Harpies by using the rest of the crew that had imprisoned her as fodder, quite literally. Cat makes a face like, ooh.
Then I guess we've all decided there was nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, she didn't give us much of a choice.
Sounds like we didn't give her one either. Luca is clinging to his brooch.
I think we close the scene on that very awkward note.
I was gonna say En's gonna leave the table at that point
Yeah.
and go outside.
Yeah, and I think that perky vibe that Willow had is like it's leaked out the
All
edges
the
there.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we will pick back up a little while later. The crew of the Blackfin is bustling about, having been informed that you are ready to pull them off the sandbar. The scrap bucket is lashed several times over to the bigger ship. And there are crew in the water with long poles and fenders to lever it off this sandbar as they sail about. So, everybody's had a short rest at least.
Can I press the short rest button?
Yes.
Yay!
Should I roll a hit dice since I have not been healed?
If you would like to, yes.
Sure.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, what hit dice do I roll again?
Says hit
It's
dice.
on your
There's a
sheet.
button.
Hit the button that says hit
It's a-
dice under your
It's
temporary
under
hit
your
points.
HP.
Ah,
And
I
then
see.
remove one dice for every dice that you roll.
Hey, same.
I'll get the rules one day. Oh, so I got 3 HP. Yay!
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You had more than that, right?
Oh, I have 16 now.
Okay.
Oh, same.
Cool.
Got 3 HP back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm Coggers again.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're aboard the
yeah.
Blackfin
The
and doing
robot.
Blackfin stuff, I assume. So
Well,
Hmm.
you're going in between the two ships.
yeah.
So, how do you make yourselves useful?
I will do what I'm told.
Yeah, I guess N too, because N's not very strong or very knowledgeable in boats, so just point N in a direction, tell them what to do, and they will do it. Tie knots, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
I
Willow
guess
would be
I
kind
assume
of
I'm
like,
going to be pulling.
So,
I think
Luca, I
Willow
think
will
you
be-
are in among the Blackfin crew, probably
Hmm.
trying to lever the boat off the sandbar,
Hmm.
and is probably on the scrap bucket, tending to
And I
the ropes.
Willow's like running around, based on what kind of a conversation with Varys, I imagine.
Yeah,
Also, like they will be liaising on the best way to sort of functionally do this.
yeah.
Also, Cognaut is going to stop and ask Varys when no one is around.
How's the weather, Captain?
We've got a brisk wind today. It's all good.
If Cognaut could wink, get it, because otherwise he would have had to use his mark.
Mhm.
Then that's the vibe. But yeah,
Yeah.
happy to hear. They will continue running around doing the things. I also imagine Cat's helping.
Yeah, Cat's
yeah.
doing ropes and stuff, and Cat is probably managing the sails on the scrap bucket the most.
Yeah.
Would she have had experience with this kind of thing before?
Probably not to this scale,
Right.
but yes, she has a good idea of what she's doing. Varys and Tirape have mostly organized everything. Bones is shouting commands over everyone, and everyone gets ready. Who would like to roll for the ships, or should I roll for the Blackfin and somebody roll for the scrap bucket?
Yeah. Willow, you roll for the scrap bucket.
I have disadvantage, but I would take it off because I'm rolling for the boat, not for me.
Yes. Yeah, you would just do a d20 plus 5,
Okay.
and I will roll for the Blackfin.
Let me know if I did this right.
No, you did it wrong. You failed.
Okay. Oh my god, I rolled 5.
You rolled 5 d20s.
Let me know if I did this right. Does it so horribly wrong?
So,
I was
roll
joking.
space
I was-
d20 plus 5.
Yeah. Roll.
I was expecting you to
I'm
do
just
it
clicking the
properly.
button. Nah, I didn't. Okay. Can I just roll? Sorry.
No, you have, because you want to add the 5.
Yeah. So wait, say
I
again.
believe in you. Roll
Slash-
1d20 plus 5.
Is that one sentence?
So,
line?
roll
Mhm.
space d20 plus
Uh-huh.
5. No spaces on the equation. There you go.
Yay. 42 episodes, bros! I'm still learning how to play! Yes!
Oh, bad. No, that's
Someone
bad.
did-
Wait,
Yeah,
it is bad.
that's the Blackfin's roll.
Yeah, that's
I'm so used to having to fight. Yes, wait, that's bad.
Okay.
Ah.
So there's like a lot of heave! Heave!
Is anybody heaving?
Who is on the scrap bucket?
And I guess
Okay. And make me a perception check.
yes.
Cool. So you see Varys like muttering to himself, calls Cat over to take the wheel, and he tends to the sails. And there's he like does something, and a bigger gust of wind like pushes out at the sails.
oh.
Nim, please re-roll your roll.
Yeah. Cool. I also imagine
So
Willow
not
standing
5d20.
No, I know. Willow standing on the Blackfin. I think they've been
Yeah.
zipping between both boats and like they
Yeah.
are retying like knots and stuff that people have tied.
Yeah.
And like kind of vaguely frustrated, but then when they feel that like unnatural gust, it's like, oh ho.
Make a perception check to actually
Oh yeah,
perceive it.
true.
You don't automatically know that this is happening.
That's fair. I keep forgetting.
And you feel your captain.
Disadvantage. Can I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nope.
Nope.
Absolutely
busy.
not.
Nope. I am busy. Bones is yelling.
Can't hear shit.
Look again anyway.
Well, but
Fucking shit.
Oh my god, let me roll next time.
yeah, actually I'll let somebody else do that roll instead of Mim.
Yeah, let me.
Sarah,
Wow.
look.
I'm gonna roll for the scrap bucket.
We'll just call it advantage.
There we go.
There
Hey.
we go. Thank you, Sarah, for being good at rolling dice.
Digital
Which is a
dice.
thing you can- which is a thing you can be. It's not totally
Yeah.
random, apparently.
It's
I am
my
kidding,
giant-
I'm kidding.
My giant wang.
Which is something that you can achieve. Being good at rolling dice, that is something you can achieve.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Reasonable to want and achievable.
Yeah. Clearly.
We just
So-
need to get custom dice. That'll solve all of our problems.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
Sure of it.
digitally. Yeah. Anyway, I'll go back to my hole now. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, she's
Sorry.
gone.
Willow has exhaustion.
Why can't I roll dice?
You have all. Remember, Willow is nat 20s or nat 1s. There's no between.
Yeah.
game is like 98% rolling dice, and you can't even do that well.
Okay. So, after Varys casts the gust spell, the wind picks up in the sails, and there's like a loud snap of canvas as they billow out, and slowly the Blackfin rumbles and then is free in the water and is able to slip away. There's a loud cheer as the crew is finally able to see the ship pull away and into open water.
Yay.
There's a round of hurrahs for the scrap bucket.
Aww.
Aw. I distinctly imagine that, like, the cheer for Cognaut has been lost because Bones is so loud and they keep standing near him.
Yeah.
So, hit them! Shit.
Yeah.
We got a lot of thems.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We did it!
Yay.
We did it. We did it.
There is a brief celebration as rope ladders and stuff get swung down for the rest of the crew that was like on the sandbar to like clamber up and get on the boat as she sails a ways away. The scrap bucket tows her out into open water. Varys returns back to the cabin and takes the helm again.
Handsome.
Can I... Sneaky little bastard. Can I make my way back to the scrap bucket now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Are my feet wet?
Yes.
Oh. But on top of everything else today, I have to take another shower.
I mean, I imagine what you did was, like, take off shoes and stuff and just, like, roll up pants.
Yeah.
Take off, like, coat and everything, because you were gonna do some intense physical work for the rest of the crew.
Luca taking off his coat and then, like, select members of the other crew just being like, whoa!
Yeah.
Who in the... Who?
And he's the doctor. Hello,
There's always
nurse.
time to objectify Luca.
Yeah.
Even when he's experiencing crippling depression.
Look.
At least you're hot.
You're still hot. You're still hot.
That's how I live my life. Completely
Weeping.
depressed, fat titties.
Far out! Okay! Willow's going to land back on the scrap bucket looking vaguely... Like, it's nice, but it's also like, that was noisy and a pain. Like, it didn't work on the first go, so they're like, eh.
You are moving a whole boat.
Yeah, well, Willow's got standards. Yeah.
I'm just saying Bruno would have gotten this done in one shot.
Alright! I'm sure he knows how to roll dice, too! But, okay,
that's what I imagine Willow is feeling.
Yeah, literally. No, not really. Anyway. Does Varys look like anything? Does he look chuffed? Can I observe him?
He looks relatively pleased with himself.
Okay, if he
The
looks
spell
pleased
has
with
faded.
himself...
He looks satisfied, let's say. With a job well done.
I hit the button already, but was it insight or perception?
Yes, inside.
Never mind, honestly.
Willow, you are so fried. Your ears are like ringing
Yeah.
from all the shouting.
Willow just came in to like lower their Cognaut mask and go to
Clear
the
their
sink and
ears.
start. Yeah. Just like walks in, Varys all chuffed about his spell, and Willow walks in like cranky.
It's pretty subdued. That's a
Yeah,
pretty
imagine.
subdued, pleased smile.
Yeah.
And he's wearing long sleeves anyway, so
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, we couldn't see his mark glow.
nope.
So handsome.
Yeah. So, the Blackfin anchors out away at sea. There is a slight celebration. The crew is eager to be off, but Captain Tarape still wants to negotiate and make sure that they actually finish the job that they came here for. There's no point in leaving and coming back just yet. But most likely she will be directing the crew further towards the shore to, like, cut down lumber and stuff and, like, actually let people go ashore, stretch their legs, sit in the shade, touch some grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah.
But there is going to be a big party on the deck of the Blackfin tonight.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Any of you participating, or meh?
nah. Look at nah.
Come on,
For
even
any
if
of
they
us-
look at you like you're looking.
Well, it's
like
not
a
night
snack,
yet.
like,
It
you don't wanna
depends
go.
if there is a shift in the
That's true.
evening. We'll see. But at present
If
mood,
we're
no.
less depressed.
By the time the evening
Maybe.
rolls around.
So I'm just imagining like crew members like, are you coming to the party? Like only at Luca specifically.
Yeah, they saw Luca take off his coat. Now they need that sexy doctor at their party, man.
God.
Your weird friends can come too.
I guess.
Varys will beg off for you if you don't. Varys can fulfill the obligation of making an appearance
Thanks, Ferris.
instead of you guys.
It's a maybe.
if
We're tired.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We just murdered some harpies and some women, so we might need to
Oh.
rest.
One woman.
Oh yeah, because that makes it better.
Shut
I mean, it
up.
doesn't make it worse.
I imagine you guys are like, it's a maybe. Willow's just a no, and they're already like, I don't want to go back on the boat.
Yeah.
For the obligation purposes of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And is
It's the
capable
captain's
of
job.
making a public appearance in this state, it's fine, so. And may go with Varys, if Varys is going.
Okay. I think Kat might go as well.
Mm.
Just
Maybe
like for a little while, for like an hour or two.
maybe I'll be alone with Luca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Your favorite guy.
My favorite guy.
Yeah.
Like my second favorite guy on this boat.
Wow. I made top 3.
Between you and Varys was the joke, sorry.
Yeah,
Um,
and he's happy. He
Kai's
made
also
top
here.
3.
oh yeah.
Kai is third.
Yeah, my second favorite guy, Luca.
God.
I'm just honored to be included.
oh no.
Wow, we're really in the mood, huh?
Sorry.
So, all that being said, I think there's a brief moment, like when you're getting ready to board the Blackfin, when Kat sort of has an aside with you, and
Mm-hmm.
you feeling all right, Sly?
I will do my best not to be a bummer during the party.
Cool. Yeah.
How
You know, you don't have to if you don't wanna.
someone has to, and if anyone's going to be the face of this crew, it might as well be me, right?
All right.
How are you doing? After your nap, feeling better?
Yeah. Nothing that sleep and food doesn't at least make tolerable, right?
That's for sure. Sleeping food does take the edge off things.
Cool. Good shooting out there.
You too. You're quite the sharpshooter.
Cat sort of like rubs a finger under her nose and grins a little. Thanks. Hey, if you ever want to bounce, just find me at the party, I guess.
I appreciate it. I'll be okay, Cat.
She sort of gives you a once-over. I hope you know that. Gives you a slight smile like, you don't have to convince me.
I've had worse days.
Cheers to that. All the more reason to drink and be merry.
Exactly.
She gives you sort of a backhand on the elbow. Come on, let's go.
Right behind you.
And the other three head off.
I imagine that Willow saw you guys off with that, oh, see if I can make it, but with that face of like, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
How did Luca reject the party offer? Did he? Cause
Politely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you, Luca?
I'm probably making dinner, even though I might not need to.
Yeah, I imagine Willow did that like farewell at the door.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Imagine
us.
it's like a little picnic dinner type of thing.
Yeah. Especially if Luca knows that Willow isn't going, then they need to eat too.
Yes. Willow's going to kind of dawdle around the room. They still have some stuff here, yeah? They still have some of their knickknacks around.
Yeah.
Not as
It's
many.
just been tidied up.
Yeah. They are ambling around, like loitering, but not really.
Did you want to help me cook?
Oh, did you need help?
I never need help, but it's an excuse to
Everyone
stick around
needs
and
help.
check on me, so
How can I help?
butter the bread?
Okay, Willow is going to
It
stand
probably
near...
needs slicing and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And begin slicing some bread. There's not much, like, by way of bench space, so I imagine we're doing this on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By which I mean there's no bench space.
Yeah. There's a little bit next to the stove, but just a tiny little. Not really enough for two people.
Yeah. Willow might say something first along the lines of like, didn't want to go to the party. I saw some people that might have been excited to see you. Doctor.
No. No. I don't think people want a doctor at a party, even if they think they do.
Seeker Elsa.
That's different.
Willow looks at you like, how?
I don't know. You've caught me.
I have. Speaking of, I trust you wrote down the memories that you recalled.
As best as I could.
It's good practice.
I do it every time I remember something. Just in case something is useful.
That's smart.
One of my few smart moments.
You have many intelligent moments, Luca.
High praise coming from you.
And if not intelligent, then admirable. By which I mean, Willow just seemed to realize that might be an insult. Not classically, conventionally intelligent. I mean, in the sense of what I'm. It. Slicing bread. What I mean to say is that an endeavor to be merciful isn't necessarily something that would come across intelligent to a lot of people, but it is admirable.
Thank you for that. Half compliment.
It's a full compliment. Well, what I'm trying to say is that it's, despite how it turned out, I think that your efforts to offer mercy to someone who didn't. Willie flops back. They're struggling. Oh, what a trend. In the face of great obstacles in terms of it's good. You're good.
I kind of pause and I'm just watching them.
What's Willow's body language like at the moment?
Yeah.
They went from doing the upright, I'm okay, and I'm doing okay, to getting flustered and embarrassed by the fact that they can't put their words together very well. And now they are they know, there's no point trying to hide the fact that they are trying to be comforting and failing. So they just kind of, at the end of it, they just slump kind of defeatedly and go back to cutting bread. It was an attempt to say something nice, while also it was an attempt to gloss over as well everything else that happened, which not a deliberate attempt, but just Willow trying to function.
Thank you for trying to say something nice.
Trying. I'm trying to say something true.
You're smart, right? That's your defining trait.
Well, it's not conversation, so I suppose.
I guess I don't have to tell you why everything's upset me so much.
No.
So I could talk about it, assuming you already know. Because you probably do.
Arguably, yes.
How am I supposed to travel with someone if one day I become dangerous and they won't give me a chance?
Willow kind of, they're contemplative at first and then they smirk at Luca. You're referring to N?
Anyone. Ever.
Well,
You? We still have to get back to salvage. If there's no hesitation for other people, why will there be hesitation for me? There won't.
they will. You aren't Roselia.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
You really don't.
Neither do you.
Exactly. I don't know anything.
You do know your oath, and you do know every decision you've made since you came to. And all of those seem kind.
What does that matter?
Well, it's the difference between you being an active threat or not. A kind Luca doesn't hit us with a fireball twice.
He might.
Well, that would hurt our feelings.
Would
But
you
even then,
care?
I don't think Anne would be able to. I suppose I don't plan for things that seem highly, highly unlikely.
How can you
I would
say
hesitate.
anything is likely when it comes to me?
I suppose I don't know, really, so I just don't think that far ahead. But I would hesitate. N would not only hesitate, N would probably just... N's not a killer either.
No, they're not. And that's the other problem.
Focus on one at a time. N's not a killer either. They care about you so much, however, that they... That's a horrible thing to say. No, okay, let me backtrack. You're asking how we would know not to put you down.
I give Willow a face, like, put you down.
What?
It's just
That's what you're
interesting
asking, isn't it?
phrasing to it.
If Luca attacked us, would we kill you? No.
Not even attack. What if one day
What?
you find out
Bullied?
that I'm... What's it like being so cavalier?
Look at me.
I'm gonna put what I'm doing down and then stand on the other side of the table. I'm gonna put my hands flat on the table and stare down at Willow.
Are you trying to intimidate me?
I'm looking at you.
Oh, I see. Very clever. What do you see?
I remember
What
you
do you-
being afraid of me. It's just a second, but it was there
When?
when we were fighting.
Be more specific.
When we were fighting Roselia. When I wasn't myself.
You're wrong, actually.
I know. I can't see you behind your mask.
Then why did you say it?
I can see you now.
Okay, well, since you're looking, I wasn't afraid of you during the fight. I was annoyed at you afterwards.
Because I gave you orders.
Because I disagreed with you.
On what?
And you made me How to handle the corpse.
I didn't disagree with you. I just didn't understand what you wanted. I'm sorry.
Oh. Oh then. Now I feel rude.
What happens when someone so smart interacts with someone who doesn't know anything?
You're being very needlessly mean to yourself.
Maybe that's
Hardly
how I
feels
was
fun and
raised.
insulting. You wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't.
Why does it matter? Well, it
Nothing
does matter
matters.
to you, obviously. It matters. It matters, Luca. I can't even insult you. It doesn't even feel good. I'm joking. I meant with regards to... I just told you that I was annoyed with you, and you said... Ugh. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not afraid of you. Don't give yourself too much credit. I was afraid of
Can
what
I insight
happened.
check that?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me my little... No.
Willow's not contesting anything, so...
No. They say that without like any hesitation, but you yourself are plagued by doubt so much that you are uncertain. If there is any doubt to Willow's words, it's coming from inside Luca.
Okay.
Sometimes our own biases are too difficult to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What you may have been detecting was my displeasure with the entire situation. The fact that you ran headlong without your headspace being in this plane means that you were at danger, and that came to pass. You fell. You falling prompted the rest of the battle. She died unceremoniously. You came to just in time to be upset, and came to just in time to be upset. Everybody's miserable.
are you?
I survived.
What was I like?
Bit mean, really. I'm kidding.
You would say that to someone giving orders?
You were a soldier. And as far as I could tell, reacting as a soldier would to a threat that may have wiped out your team. Urgent, blunt, aggressive. But understandable. I mean, Willow looks aside because they are now thinking of something they want to tell Luca, but it does seem like the time.
Did I do something?
You also said a name. I believe you referred to me as Cameron.
Zeke, do I know who that is?
Make a wisdom check. You think it was one of the corporals under you. somebody you knew well. Though the details kind of escape you a little bit.
I think he called me sir more than everyone else.
Willow like gestures at himself. Then you've projected onto the wrong shifter.
Truly.
I think as you're sort of trying to mull over and detangle the memory, you vaguely remember Cameron having a similar build to Willow, perhaps.
He was someone I wanted to protect.
Isn't that everybody?
I don't know about then, but even now I'm not so foolhardy to think that I can protect everyone. So everyone in arm's reach, at least.
See? Very admirable.
And I just said, I don't know about Luca from 10 years ago, so he might not have cared either way what happened to you.
That Luca isn't here, so
He was.
I don't really care what he does. As for when he may pop back in, well, we dealt with it. If you're looking for an assurance that I will shoot you in the leg rather than the chest, I will aim for it. Sizable target.
You could just put some sort of shocking device in my arm.
I could, if that would make you feel better. I think you believe you're more of a threat to us than any of us do. Honestly, the greatest threat you pose to N is just that I believe they think that they've upset you.
They have. You have.
Well, you upset
But
me too, so.
how?
We discussed it before.
Is that it?
Yes?
Are they lying?
Make an insight check.
Damn
Although
it!
if you...
Damn it!
There does not seem to be any hidden motivations behind Willow's words.
I wish I could trust you on that. I'm gonna sit adjacent to them and slice bread.
We're slicing the whole loaf. You might as well butter it at this stage. Sorry.
Yeah, you continue making the, like, sandwiches that you and Willow are going to have for dinner.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is there anything else you needed to tell me?
Mm. Mm. Is there anything else? I'm glad you made it back.
Oh. Wow. Thank you.
Not
Flattered.
anymore. Yep. Okay.
You could also talk to Luca more about what N did, or how N looked, because although you mentioned it at the dinner table, N was kind of dubious about it.
What do you mean? The killing?
No, I mean the spare the dying. The way N like was clutching Luca's unconscious body.
Yeah. I'm not sure if...
Actually, Luca might ask about it.
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
there you go.
Because Willow was quite confident.
What happened when I was unconscious?
Well, you hit the ground with a truly seismic shock.
That was my behind.
Yes, and the rest of you. N was lucky to escape the fire and promptly rushed to you. And Willow just sort of gestures with their arms, fell on you and...
Fell on me.
And was specifically guarding Luca's body for a time. They were
Yeah.
over Luca like a
Oh.
shield.
Was
Yeah.
Willow saying N fell on me?
Yeah. Like
Okay,
Willow...
it sounded like you said
Willow-
something mystical fell on me. Some
A rock.
unknown flying object fell on you.
I mean,
no.
is N not a mystical?
Am I not a
unknown
UFO?
object?
Yeah.
An
No,
unknown friend object.
Willow is gesturing with their arms to imitate the way that N was over Luca. So even if they're saying fell on you, they are gesturing in the way of like basically crouched over you. And then and Willow will also say like quietly, wept. And as far as I'm aware, brought you back.
Some shield I am.
Are you going... Willow like visibly slumps. You are very inventive in how you're mean to yourself.
I will
How are
take
you
that as
supposed
the
to be-
highest compliment from an inventor.
Thank you. How are you taking the credit for Luca of the past and Luca of the present, but none of the positives? Bad sword, bad shield.
Maybe I'm just not meant for combat. I should be neither.
That is a good thing. You realize you've described an optimal circumstance where no one has to fight.
That's all I was good at, and I'm not even good at that.
That's a good thing. But it's also inaccurate. You are very good at fighting. And protecting. But you are also grievously human, so sorry for your loss.
How are you after everything? I know you won't tell me, but
Tired.
how's Willow's body language?
They're working. But that tired was delivered with a bit of a wry smile. And they
You can
also look a
see-
bit... Yeah.
You can see Willow is like having to be careful and not, I guess, moving as smoothly as they would when they're at like their peak.
Yeah.
They are noticeably tired.
And they also seem kind of frustrated with just how miserable. Like, yeah, it's just I imagine that the more every time Luca says something that's kind of mean, Willow like slumps a bit. Or gives him a face.
Their ears are like drooping a little bit.
Hmm.
Can I touch them? Are they averse to that? Do they seem averse to that?
They never have been, so...
Then I will touch their shoulder gently. I'm going to miss how candid you are, even if you are mean.
Thank you. Speaking of, fun fact for you. Do you know that if I had repaired the lantern before that fight, I could have spotted Roselia before she attacked us?
How?
Oh, it detects invisible things.
Luca makes a face like, what?
See? You are intelligent.
How does that correlate? I don't understand.
Well, I was hoping he would understand because you bought me the gifts in advance of the battle that you could not have foreseen. You're psychic. You're a seer.
I just thought it was pretty. It reminded me
roll
of
with
you.
it. Okay.
Willow just like looks away. That very like, okay, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I
Anyway, just go back to buttering your bread. God.
I'm buttering our bread.
God. Okay.
I think the sandwiches are about ready at this point.
Yeah. Maybe we can cheers sandwiches and just eat.
Yeah.
Tiredly
I need to
and
talk to
miserably.
N.
Oh, did you say that out loud?
Yes.
That's a good idea.
How were they?
Bad.
I don't know what I expected. How were they after?
Bad. What do you mean?
No, that's it.
And did what they did to keep us safe.
And they were bad.
They don't want to upset us. That's an oversimplification, but it is... Well... For a brief moment, N was Kai.
When?
Probably deliberately when you weren't in the room. You two are at odds, ethically speaking. But you're on the same page, as people. So I have no doubt you can solve it. Everyone just needs a bit of time.
He's ruined the taste of the sandwich.
You'll survive.
Will I? Traveling with N means traveling with Kai. I will inevitably see him again.
Find the humor in him, he's quite funny.
Give Willow a face like, what?
Funny looking. Willow's so tired.
You want a nap? After you eat?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
My hand goes up and I ruffle their ear.
Cute. Willow will just sit there and accept that. And eat their sandwich sleepily.
Cool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Call it.
cut
Wrap it
back.
up.
I'm gonna cut back to the celebration on the Blackfin.
Yes, I have a question. Is there alcohol at this party?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, and is not trying to get drunk, but N is drinking.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think. I'm gonna quickly switch music.
Please don't get sloshed. We need to have a conversation.
N's trying not to get sloshed. N knows their limits.
Okay, wait. If N gets drunk, does Kai get drunk?
They're the same person.
We share the
I
same
know.
stomach, yes, so Kai would get drunk.
I'm gonna log
Same
that
body.
away for future. 'Cause
Same
that
body.
will be hilarious.
Good.
I think there's like we sort of pan over a raucous scene of the surviving crew of the Blackfin drinking, playing music.
Yeah, N is very easily partaking in the festivities as if nothing has happened. They are
There's some dancing.
they are
and,
full
like,
on engaged and
shouting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Little actor.
Yeah. It's easy to get swept up in the joy of the crew. They are just so fucking happy to be out of that reef and under open sky. It's clear that like most of them were like on the verge of like cabin fever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And Captain Terape has given leave for like some pretty out there partying. So she is doing her best to lift the crew's spirits. I think Kat is like also in it.
Cat
They're
dancing.
staying a little. Yeah, Kat's dancing.
En's gonna go
Kat's
dance with
doing
Kat.
a jig. Aww. Yeah, you link arms and like do some folk dancing. There's a lot of stomping and haze, and
Yeah.
Mm.
it's like quick dances as well. It's getting a lot of that like restless energy out.
Mm-hmm.
So even though like everybody's basically dancing until they're tired.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think at one point Kat like at the end of a song Kat like does a big showy bow and then like slumps forward like she's going to touch her toes and just like I need to sit down.
You do that.
Carry me. She like slumps
Oh,
on N's shoulder.
Down 6. I'm not strong, Cat.
She's like just sort of not she's not putting her full weight on you, but she is doing the thing of like you have to carry like you have to like
All right, come
wiggle.
on, sailor. And gonna like throw Cat's arm over their shoulder and like drag them over to a seat. They're not actually carrying Cat's weight, but they're going to act like they are.
Yeah, Cat is definitely holding most of her weight, but she's just like slumping on you to like play act and sit down. You get some drinks, some actual water as well.
Yeah, and is trying to temper themselves.
And sort of sit down.
Yeah, and we'll sit down beside Cat.
Well, glad these guys are having a good time.
Someone has to. For them, they just survived a truly deadly scrape with death. Yes.
Yep.
That's
Very eloquent.
good wording right there.
How much have you had to drink?
Oh, I don't know. Too
Not
much and
enough.
not enough at the same time.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Clink,
Clinks
squat.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clinks mugs with you. Takes a deep sip. Not a lot of corpses in Terminus, huh?
Not exactly.
That your first one?
Like that. I did kill someone else in self-defense. It wasn't the same.
Cat nods.
I didn't stick around to
Always
see
sucks.
anything, but yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't a good feeling then either.
Yep. It's usually how it goes.
Have you ever?
She nods.
And nods.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
Like, one, I guess, battle.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm lucky enough that I managed to dodge the draft until, like, I guess the last year or so of, like, actual conflict.
That's good.
Yeah. I
Draft
think I
isn't-
felt worse. I think I felt worse finding, like, an old vet that OD'd on Dream Lily and stuff back in North Edge.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you at least got out of Sharn.
Yeah. Hey, you too.
Yeah. It's not so bad out here.
Yep. At least we can see the stars.
Yeah.
She leans back and sort of looks up at the sky.
Yeah, and it's looking up now too.
That gross feeling will go away eventually.
It always does. I mean, not that I have a lot of experience with this particular gross feeling, but let's just say I've had a few gross feelings in my life, and, well, they fade.
Mhm.
That's not a bad thing to feel like shit after killing someone, is it?
It's not. It's honestly pretty fucking normal.
I
I
mean,
think
I hope so.
you probably ought to be more Wally Reed if you felt like good.
Oh, yeah. That would be a problem.
I mean, she was a shit stain, alright, but like, cat gestures. Gestures again, more emphatically.
She was a person.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
After this
Okay.
is all done, are you just going to go back on the Jenny and head out again?
Maybe. I don't know. Guess it depends on if this job makes enough for me to, retire.
You gonna settle down, Cat?
I don't know. Maybe not settle down, but definitely find the nicest food I can afford. Live it up like it's Skyway.
Yeah. Well,
Mm,
invite me if you do.
Sure thing. Hey. If I had to pick freaky changeling to have my back in a fight, you're the first one.
I'm touched, Cat. Thank you. I know
You should
you are
be.
spoiled for choice. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. Same here.
Thanks.
She gives you like a friendly shoulder nudge with hers.
And jostles a bit. Gives her a smile. Some teeth.
She gives you a smirk back. Well. Let me do some math. How much is 15 times 30?
Oh god, I've had too many drinks.
Yeah, I guess. I can wait for tomorrow. I'll just ask Willow.
Yeah,
I mean,
I bet Willow
Gil.
gets better at math when they're drunk.
Oh, you should see her. She gets stupid, actually.
Oh, I would love to see
Kinda
that.
cute.
I
Yeah,
mean-
someday. When we go back, take you all out on a night. See if I can't get Willow to cut loose.
It would sure be a sight. I mean, they have their moments where they are less than a genius, but usually not in the traditional sense. It'd be funny to just see them lose their top entirely. Their head, not... I mean, they could lose their top if they wanted to.
I mean, both.
It wouldn't bother me, honestly, but...
Luca's making
We'll
so
see.
many eyes.
If Luca could hear this conversation, if either of them could hear this conversation.
Those ears just like
Willow
flicking.
chokes on their sandwich back at the...
I actually did. God.
and kind of breaks down in a bit of a laugh at their own phrasing.
Yeah. I think, Cat giggles with you, and then, best food you ever had.
Let's see. I mean, I had a pretty nice steak in Slargo once.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was my last birthday, in fact.
Oh, shit.
And don't tell anyone.
How old are you, actually?
Oh. 27 now.
Oh, okay.
Eh.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and don't tell anyone, but I also may or may not have stolen some sweet rolls from the same place. They were also pretty good.
Oh. Dine and Dash?
Well, I don't always have 400 gold on me.
Yeah, I'd be kind of... Who has that money anyway? Other than,
Me?
Guess you do.
I'll buy you a few meals before we part ways.
Sounds good to me. Hey, I'll return the favor.
Sounds like a plan.
You got any other vices?
Mm,
Games, drink,
uh,
company?
eh,
I don't know.
bad judgment.
I mean fun vices.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. Well, sometimes I enjoy game of poker, game of dice, a little bit of gambling. You know,
Yeah.
the fun kind that doesn't end in an explosion. Except I do that too.
Yeah.
But let's just... And, like, makes a gesture to push that aside for now.
Yeah. Cat nods. Poker, hey?
Yeah. I'm not bad. Been
Let's see if we
training
can't get a game
all my
of
life.
cards going. Oh,
And gives them a grin.
what, you card sharp?
Nah. Not me. But I was trained by the best.
Oh. Really now?
Mm-hmm.
Well. I wonder if we can fleece Willow out of, I don't know,
Their top.
something. I don't need cards to do that.
Oh, I know.
But maybe we could fleece them out of her dignity. They're always
Just...
really good at cards whenever I play with them.
Huh.
It's like I can read my mind.
Hmm.
Or at least my tail.
Yeah, I suppose that might give you both away, huh? I have a feeling Willow's poker face might not be as solid as they'd like to believe.
Hmm. Well, maybe when blah blah blah. Sorry, whiskey mouth. Maybe when everybody's, feeling a bit better, could get a round of cards going on the scrap bucket.
Certainly be a way to pass the time.
Play for chores.
Yeah, that's a gamble I can get behind.
Maybe borrow Luca's coat for a night. As a loan.
Of course. It's very expensive.
Oh?
I mean, have you seen it? Custom
Yeah,
embroidery.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I wonder who got it for him.
Cat ears perk and gives you a look like, did you?
And shrugs.
Alright.
I don't always have 400 gold, but when I do...
Damn. Where do you get expensive taste?
You don't want to know.
Well, maybe not. Maybe so.
Feed me a few more drinks, then we'll see.
I can do that. And she sort of, with a grunt, rolls herself off the seat. Care of the dog?
Sounds good to me.
And rolls off to get you another drink. I think it is a little bit before it's like midnight or something when Varys collects Anne and Kat and brings you back to the scrap bucket. He like shepherds you off.
Actually,
Hmm?
can I catch N on the way?
Yep.
So like outside of the cabin,
Yeah.
on the deck is the word I'm looking for.
And,
I'll, like,
and didn't
wave
look like
them.
yeah, and I was gonna say, and didn't look like they were gonna go into the cabin anyway, and looked like they were gonna swerve off to sit outside.
Yeah.
So
Kat, I think, like, says her goodnights loudly. In the kind of loud of, like, you've just been inside a club kind of loud.
uh-huh.
And tromps downstairs to fall into bed.
Well, I'll catch N by like waving at them to get their attention.
And sees you, kind of looks behind themselves to make sure, like, I don't know, someone from the party didn't follow them, and that's what Luku is waving at. And we'll close the distance between them.
Are you hungry?
I ate at the party.
Are you sober?
Mostly.
Well,
I
I
had
made
some
it-
drinks,
I
but
made-
I'm not drunk.
I made a picnic. And then I'll just start walking to the front of the boat.
Okay, and we'll follow.
Hey.
Hey.
No, I was gonna say, I think Willow would have sort of chatted with Luca about, does he want to talk to Anne alone? Because Willow will basically keep themselves busy downstairs.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think Willow would have waved him off with like a good luck and then pieced out downstairs just to give them space.
Well, when they get to the
Bow.
damn it, yeah, the bow of the boat. There's Luca's bed blanket. It's laid out,
Aw.
and there's a candle, and then there's a few sandwiches.
Yeah, and ate at the party, but Anne is still hungry because they're always hungry. And kind of lingers aside by the cabin's edge for a moment, peering like out at this, kind of like when Elsa and Luca were putting up the picture they drew, just like half in shadow, observing the scene.
Lurks.
Yeah,
Literally
Like a
lurk
stray
command.
animal.
yeah. But well,
Do you wanna?
eventually comes over.
Luca like just sits and sprawls, kind of casual, very casual.
Okay, and we'll sit down across from him.
How is the party?
Very festive. Blackfin crew seems happy with the series of events.
Well, I'm glad that they're alive to enjoy it.
Yep. Thanks to you.
And you.
I wrapped a few bandages, but you and Willow did the
That's
bulk of it.
important.
Eh,
That's important. If you don't wrap them properly, they'll get infected.
I learned from the best, didn't I?
Seeker Elsa.
Both of you.
Eat. It'll help so you don't have a hangover.
Right. That would be tragic. Then we'll pick up the sandwich. And try to bite off a corner of it.
Are they eating okay?
They were at the party. Now that they're back and sitting across from Luca, they're like nibbles on the corner. Small bite.
Oh, little baby bites.
I think N is probably hungrier than they realize because they got that like, oh, I've just been dancing and drinking
Yeah.
munchies.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, actually, I can in fact eat this entire sandwich.
Yeah.
In one bite.
Yeah. So like starts nibbling, but will gradually start to take bigger bites.
And Luca will kind of fondly look at that. Well, first, I wanted to thank you for saving me.
Is that what Willow told you?
But if I say that I feel like I remember it, does that count for anything?
No. You were unconscious, so it's probably
Yeah,
a lot.
It's we can pretend.
Okay. So, let's say Luca remembers that I ran to his side and I shielded his body from further danger, and somehow, through some twist of fate, powers that have only been ever known to cause destruction from a body that has only ever been known to cause damage healed you.
You've been drinking, haven't you?
And holds up like fingers pinching like a little bit. I'm not drunk, I'm just... My inhibitions are a little compromised, but I'm here, Luca.
Well, he seemed more amused than anything at that. If you were to, let's say, awaken latent abilities of healing warmth, I'm honored that I was the one it happened for. And I pray you never have to use them again.
That would be nice. But considering it was you and Elsa who... God, I don't want to say planted the seed and rubs at their face.
Whatever. Oh. I like gardening. That's unfair. You should tell the eye to find a different phrase.
No.
Oh, does it? Do you talk to it? That would be silly. Sorry. Continue.
Yes. I have had conversations with the eye.
I, like do the Stewie head turn where I slowly turn and look at them.
But more confused puppy.
Yeah. Recently I've been getting visions of writing, and it appears that that is how the eye has been communicating with me. And sometimes I write back and it responds, and either I'm losing my mind or yes, we are talking. I didn't know how to tell you, so I'm telling you now. Like this.
Processing.
As if you needed another thing to deal with. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I never
Thank
pick
you
a
for
good
sharing.
time for this. I literally never pick a good time for this.
I offer my hand to end for a second.
And looks at it like they're not sure why. They look at Luca's face.
Offering for you to hold it for a sec. Just a sec.
Okay. And we'll reach out and take it.
And I give it a little squeeze. I say, we're okay.
I mean, if you wanted to...
Look, no, that's me. And we're okay.
Okay.
Unless you have something you want to tell me.
Not particularly. You've been informed of what happened when you were elsewhere, and you saw what happened when you came back. Oh. Well, I mean, I guess since we're already here, I can read minds.
I'm starting to see how you and Kai are alike.
We're the same person. What are you getting at?
You both say a lot of things very quickly and expect people to process them all at once.
You asked.
Okay, so you can read minds. Can you read what I'm thinking? I point my eyes at them like I'm trying to transmit my thoughts.
Well,
Wait, I already knew that. We talked to each other.
this is different. Yes. When we do that, that is because you want to. You are giving me a specific thought. This is different. This is forcing my way into people's heads and finding out things that they otherwise would not want me to know. It's exactly what the Nothic did
Is
to
that
me.
is that how you knew things about Rosilia?
Yeah. I've been reading her mind since the beginning. Because I was scared of what she would do to us.
Maybe one day you can try reading mine, see if you can find anything new in there.
Only with your permission.
We'll make a day of it. We'll go to Willow's boat on the beach. And if things go sideways, you can just push me into the water.
Oh. Well, and I'm not strong enough to do that. On my own. And you don't have to go making future plans like that.
Like squunch my face. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, I know I betrayed you.
You did what you thought you needed to. It's hard for me, but I will respect that you thought you were doing what was right.
Well, not that it matters. But I just wanted to protect everyone from the very beginning.
Well, you were nice.
You don't have to baby me.
I'm not. To that end, I'd like to have a frank conversation with you.
Yeah? Frank is good?
I haven't met him.
Well, maybe you will someday, huh? I'm sure there's plenty of Franks out there that would love to meet Luca.
Okay. You remember the night you told me about Edmund Beckett?
I do.
I promised you that I wouldn't do anything until you told me.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to make a request.
All right.
When it comes to it, let me do it.
Why do you want to?
I don't want to, and that's the point. Let me ask you this. If you were to take his life now, would it be for penance or for vengeance?
It would be... not really for me, but for all the people that died that day in front of me. For all the people he has continued to partake in the deaths of. I'm not after the Snapdragons because of what they did to me. I don't matter. Everyone else is what matters. Everyone else that they're taking advantage
I'm
of.
gonna squeeze N's hand.
Uh.
I am telling you this because you matter. Okay?
Okay.
When it comes to it, I will do it. Because your spirit is too nice and too sweet to be tainted by something like that.
You're wrong. Besides, Luca, isn't your whole oath about not spilling unnecessary blood? I can't have you killing
Unnecessary
people
is the point.
It's my mission. You should get blood on your hands for me. You're not a pawn for me to direct or manipulate. You're my friend. I'm not going to send you off to kill people for me.
I'm not going to let you because I am your friend.
If I send you off to feel like this...
You're not sending me off to do anything. I'm choosing this. And I would like you to choose it with me.
I don't want to be the reason you get more blood on your hands.
Why?
Because you're nice too. You're a good person.
And for me, this is part of being a good person. You may think just because I didn't want to kill Roselia today, that I don't want to kill anyone, ever. That's not what it is for me. What it was no chance for... to prove that I can be better than that. If I don't give people a chance, then how am I supposed to expect one? It's not... I would have killed her if it came to it. I would have gotten no delight from it, but I would have done it. And I would have done it easily. Willow told me that you weren't comfortable with what you'd done.
I don't think I should be.
Exactly. And I'm not comfortable with it either, but it is part of who I am.
It doesn't have to be anymore. You can change at any point in your life. You can just Drop it and change.
And I'm offering you the same.
You don't think Edmund Beckett deserves a second chance?
I'll give him one. One chance. If he's the man you say he is, he won't take it. And that will be enough.
I can't ask.
Wind ruffles both of your hair as the silence weighs between you.
I don't know.
You're not asking me to do anything. But as your friend, I want you to promise me that you won't do anything.
My mission?
When you gave me this jacket, you made it mine too.
It's not just
What does N
Edmund.
look like?
and it's struggling and looks guilty and weighted and remorseful. Conflicted.
Luca seems surprisingly calm.
It's not just Edmund.
Edmund.
It's... I don't know how many people. It's the sister of the matriarch of House Fjarlin, Luca.
And I squeeze their hand. Trust me.
I want redemption too. I just
know.
stand back and let someone else do it all, then what am I?
Someone who knows when not to take action.
And just got their
You don't
head bowed, and they're still holding on to Luca's hands, but they're not looking at him.
you don't have to agree to anything now. But I think I would prefer if that was our arrangement for things.
Say a lot of things and then expect people to process it very quickly.
I'm learning from the best.
Feels like
What kind of... You first.
Feels like what's been keeping me going forever is the idea that I can put an end to whatever the Snapdragons are doing. In reality, it's only been a couple months. Feels like a purpose, feels like a reason for me to still be alive.
Can't you just be alive to be in?
I'd like to believe that, but I don't think that's enough.
Well, one day we can just be En and Luca, and that will be enough. But when we get to that point, I don't want En to be bogged down by everything they've done.
If it's to protect you, I don't know if I'll be able to always keep that promise.
I nod, because obviously that is the situation that we've just experienced, and I
Mhm.
can't deny that. At least when I'm able, let me be the one to thrust the dagger.
I'll think about it. Is that good enough?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Luca.
What?
Everything that happened out there.
We can't change the past, but we can let it inform how we go forward.
I hope you know that.
What do you mean by that? Out of context.
Flashback.
Wait, what does that mean?
As in,
Explain
N
it
is
to me like I'm an idiot.
N is hopes that Luca understands that while Luca can't change the past, or his past specifically, that it will inform how he moves forward, and that who he used to be is not who he is now.
You know, the thing he was openly struggling with before. In case you forgot. I'll go back to the shadows. Goodbye.
Thank you, Shadow Willow.
Willow from the distance. You're wrong. Anyway.
Thanks, Willow.
Thumbs up. Goodbye.
I'm unsurprised. I'm trying. And
I have fought a lot, and it's gonna put their other hand atop Luca's now and hold it between both of theirs. I've fought a lot about, well, as you just said, my mission is your mission now, so your mission is my mission as well. I've thought a lot about you regaining your memories. I
Luca nods.
am entirely prepared for what seems to have happened on the battlefield there. Flashback, a associative episode. I have also struggled with what's real and what's not, and sometimes feeling like I'm not here, that I'm back somewhere else. I have a few grounding techniques Some I learned from Elsa, but some I've just designed on my own. That sometimes help. And furthermore, if you have a event in which you become a Luca that I don't recognize, I can't hold it against you. This is the Luca you have now, and honestly, even if you remember the Luca that was before to his fullest, you still have this Luca. And everything he's learned, and all the ideologies and all the promises he's made. It's not as if remembering the old Luca is going to erase that. No matter how many people you build up inside yourself, you can't. They don't die, but they don't have to define who you are now either. And I think you're strong enough that whoever you used to be, maybe he was a real asshole, or maybe he was just you, but to the left. This Luca is strong in his convictions, and I fully believe that this Luca will win out in the end. And if you forget that, then I guess I'll be here to remind you of who you are.
Luca takes a moment to just look at N,
And
a
is
little bit bewildered.
and is staring back. They're not looking down or away anymore.
And he dips his head and presses his brow to their knuckles on top of his hand. How did you manage to assuage every fear I had?
I'm good at reading people, Luca. I didn't knight you lightly. I've been thinking very hard about all of this.
About me?
Mm-hmm. You found me out. I've written about you in my diary, Luca.
I've written about you.
I'm flattered.
I would like you to teach me one day.
What?
And how to come back from disassociation.
Ah. Well.
Luca didn't say that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
was metatext. Yeah.
Gotcha. And, figures it out a minute later.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I can teach you right now, and it's gonna take Luca's hand and turn it over so his palm is facing upward. Sometimes this helps me make sure I'm not dreaming, and it's gonna tap their fingers on Luca's palm. Do that to yourself. Sometimes, if you're not awake or present, it won't feel right. Or if you are having a dream, your hand might go right through your other hand. And then you'll definitely know.
Luca taps his finger against his palm a few times. I'm awake.
You're awake. You're here. You are Seeker Luca Carnson, my friend, and you are here.
Eat your sandwiches.
I'm eating.
I make my little hug hand gesture.
Ben's going to put down their sandwich and dust their hands and give Luca a side hug.
Oh!
Like,
Luca freezes completely.
arm around Luca's shoulder and like presses their brow into his opposing shoulder.
Luca's got like the tense frozenness of a wild animal is near me and I don't want it to run away.
Oh,
I think like the hair at the back of Luca's neck like bristles
Yes, absolutely.
of just like goosebumps.
And then we'll pull
Luca
away.
will bear. Okay, no, okay.
If Luca's not gonna do anything, if Luca's gonna do something.
No, he was gonna like touch their shoulder, like around, like gently, but like loosely, so that they don't feel like they're trapped
Yeah.
with just one arm, because it's like it's one-armed hugs right now.
Mm-hmm. And we'll let him.
And if they let him, he'll put his head on theirs.
Yeah, I think they'll let him.
That's such a sweet moment. Is it okay if we cut the scene there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And fade out.
Ah, so cute.
So, Anne and Luca go to bed.
How do you guys
Stay
go to
there.
bed? Like, what's the? Do you
Yeah.
guys like? What's your vibe when you come inside? Just married? Are you trailing cans behind you? Is there confetti? Is there bird song? Does Luca carry you over the threshold? What's happening?
Luca packs up his picnic.
And throws it into the ocean.
There's still a bit.
imagine
I
that-
think they're both still a bit somber, actually, because
Yeah, of course.
there's still some weight to that conversation. But
Of course.
Yeah.
But there's a
They
warmth
are.
to it as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're holding that weight together. So
It's lighter
Aw.
together.
Hey, did Varys come home?
Yeah, Varys has
Yeah.
been home for a while. I think Varys is like
he brought
settled
Cat
in.
and back,
Yeah.
Hmm,
and then I stole in.
I got an
Yeah.
image too of like En's outside and like Willow briefly pops upstairs to see what the vibe is, and like we'll ask Varys, like Loverbirds having their picnic.
They're talking.
Good. Well, I'm gonna turn in for the night.
Good night.
Good night.
Same here.
Willow's going to basically go drop off Fish Dog. No, sorry. They're gonna hop in their hammock and like look like they're gonna sleep, I imagine, and they kind of float Fish Dog over to N's hammock.
Mhm.
So when N does eventually come in, Fish Dog's going to be in the hammock. So not taking your bed, just there for your
Comfort.
whatever. Comfort.
Nightlight.
Yeah. Nightlight. I just imagine it sitting there, and it has like a ends probably used to it. Whenever they hold it, there's like a little thrum of energy in it
Yeah.
that is, as far as Willow has kept giving it to you, is a comforting thing. So hopefully you can read into that and not just whoops, guess I'm sleeping on the couch. Yeah, but I do imagine Willow is probably lying in their hammock, but I don't think they're having much luck sleeping. So even if you guys do come in and turn in, they're just probably like, when you're sort of halfway between,
Mm.
mind keeps
Dozing.
wandering. Yeah, I think they not regret. They are rethinking the conversation with Luca and their response to his question about like their responses to all of his questions. Just like doubling back on it. The thought processes are heavy. I think that if you guys come in and turn in, they're still awake.
Do we notice that they're awake?
No. Well, they wouldn't make it clear. And I think they kind of bundle in their hammock.
Yeah,
Alright,
Willow is
yeah.
just like lying with their eyes closed. It's just that they're still awake and thinking.
Mm.
I imagine it's like a subdued good night between Anne and Luca,
Yeah.
Yeah.
turning in for bed.
Yeah, I think that thing keeps happening too, where I think Willow keeps dozing off, and then you know how you like you start sort of dreaming, but not quite.
Yeah.
Like you have that like halfway between feeling that just is disorienting and bad, and Willow keeps getting like jerked awake in that way of like you dream that like you're about to catch a ball, but
Yeah.
then, or you dream like you're about to fall off the bed, and they keep doing that, and so they're just like, ugh. It's it's inevitable. They're feeling like there is an inevitability of like everything is piling up. So I think after you guys have been asleep for a bit, they're going to sneak out.
Mm-hmm. Let's have you roll a stealth check.
Please don't roll on that one. Trips over something in the dark. Stealth, 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 stealth. With disadvantage.
Good enough.
Nice. How's Fish Dog, by the way? How did N?
I think N is holding it to their chest like a
Aw.
plush toy. Just yeah, it's just kind of curled in one arm against their chest as they're
Yeah.
sleeping.
And is resting their chin on it a little bit.
Ugh. Yeah, I imagine all the fish dog's fins are like curled to one side, and it's just like making its little. It's just doing its little like electric whir. It's cute.
I
Willow
imagine
gives a
it's
little
like-
smile.
It's pulsing
Huh?
a little bit too, like just a
Yeah.
gentle pulse, like a nightlight.
It's like a little heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Willow gives a smile. The smile fades a bit, and then they head up and out of the boat. The Perry's gonna do like a lap, look at the galleon, and like look around. What's the surroundings like now?
Yeah, so it's quietened down now. You can see sort of the lines of the wreck of the elemental galleon lying dark against the silhouette of the reef. The wind that's been like blowing pretty moderately all day, like a good 15 miles per hour wind, like decent sailing wind, is sort of dying down. The whistling that it's been going over the rocks is sort of quieting down to a low whoosh. World is being blanketed by night.
Yeah, Willow's going to do their rounds and then climb up onto the roof of the cabin, like where they usually
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're gonna sit there and just like sit with their legs crossed, and posture's kind of relaxed, like wrists are on their knees. They're just observing the surroundings and listening. And then like after a while they tip their head back and just like stare at the sky.
Yeah.
And yeah, after a bit, I think they remove their glasses and just like keep staring upwards. They're not looking down at anything else. And I think the stars are like one of the few things that Willow can look at, like a light that doesn't get uncomfortably bright when they look at it.
Yeah.
Like they get brighter, but it's like a nice kind of bright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not at all like taking their glasses off in the day when there's like reflecting sun or anything. So they're basking in that for a bit, and they're like just like their eyes are sort of gently darting between stars and like drawing shapes pretty much until they look sort of past the stars, and like the dark, the night is like, you know when you look into the night sky and it's like impossibly deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look at that dark space between the stars, and then they start breathing slow, and then their eyes like roll shut, and they take a deep breath and focus, and slow their breathing, and their snout extends, and their ears seem to sit more prominently on their head, and then the hair gets a bit more like their fur. They're going into their wild hunt shifter mode. Not wild hunt shifter. What's the phrase for it?
Yeah, you shifting.
Yeah, shifting. And their shoulders settle neatly into position, and they observe again everything around them.
In the sky, Irie, the moon, is still the brightest, but Dravago approaches soon. It's nearing the end of the month. The other moons, 12 of them in total, twinkle more distant and dim among the other pinpricks of the star that sort of play peekaboo amongst wispy clouds as the wind sort of gently rolls them along. You hear the sound of the wind rustling at the furled sails, the waves lapping against the boat, rolling against the shores, sort of creak of wood and rope, the quiet sounds of life from within the cabin of the scrap bucket. Faint splash as a few fish come near to the surface of the water, but otherwise Willow is alone with the world.
I think piece by piece, Willow starts to filter out the details. Like as soon as they observe one, if you focus on the fish, they also begin to quieten the fish until it's just the sky and the endless expanse of the sea on all sides and the sounds of the waves lapping against the side of the boat. And then there, where they've basically just quietened down everything to complete darkness, they ask themselves in their mind, what's upsetting you? Be honest.
At once, as if Willow has cleared away for them, the details of their past few days, or even weeks, begin to filter in, filling in the blank space Willow has suspended themselves in, like stars streaking across the night sky. The tails of the lights create a web of shapes, tangled like threads all around them.
Isn't it obvious?
The threads light up. Kenneth is weighing heavy on Willow's mind. You saw the kind of weapons Roselia was carrying on herself. Hell, you were there at the Fabricators Guild when they tried to teach you how to bottle raw destruction like she did.
No, that's not it. That's why I left. Willow's head flinches, and they discard that thought, as if they're swatting it away. And that particular thread of starlight dissipates. They carry on and say, what else?
The way Roselia, for all her evil, was just a woman who felt betrayed by the world and wanted to lash out at it, even kill her own family. If she weren't dead right now, she'd be trying to seek vengeance against Kenneth and probably wouldn't care how much collateral damage she did either way.
No. The selfish actions of entitled war criminals don't surprise me anymore. Yes, it's troubling, but it's not what troubles me. And Willow nudges their head again, and that thread of light also fades. They pick another one.
The smell of blood that followed you all the way across the reef and now still stains the inside of the scrap bucket, blinkering. And made sure to slit Roselia's throat. They can never go back to a time before they did that. You remember how heavy your hands felt after you first killed.
Yes, I recall. It's a shame that N has to know that feeling. It's a shame that anybody has to.
The shape of N seems to flicker across your mind. You see N off the side of the galleon, pleading with you to stay, begging. Willow, faltering at the sight. Misery weighs heavy on them, and your steady, focused breathing grows a little tight in your chest. The weight of N's misery. N is miserable. N needs help. Luca needs help. Everybody needs...
This isn't about their problems. It's about mine. And Willow has basically situated themselves in that dock. They are situated back at the galleon after they climbed onto it. It's like the galleon has formed in that dark space that they suspended themselves in, and they are able to stand on the galleon and turn from N and start walking across it until N and the thread they were attached to dissolve again into a star.
You remember the shape of the galleon as you cross it. Good fortune. Well enough that you can almost feel it beneath your boots. Closer to you now in this state of deep focus than the scrap bucket, broken down, dilapidated. Instinctively, Willow begins to build it back up again in their mind until it is seafaring, until it rises above the water. You are standing upon the repaired galleon when it rises into the sky and morphs into an airship. Not just any airship, though.
Of course.
Your breath catches a sinking feeling in your stomach, like falling.
Storm Chaser.
You remember that airship, your airship. The endless sky all around you, the rumbling hum of the air elemental as it danced in a ring. You and all the wind whisperers that called it home until the day came where the scene shifts as you remember. The sky was a blinding blue, the sun relentless as it gazes down from its celestial throne. It's a trial.
Barely.
But it is one, nonetheless. The first mate declares the crimes of the accused in front of all the assembled crew, while the would-be murderer struggles against his bonds. You stand accused of espionage on behalf of House Lyrander, treachery against the Storm Teacher, and attempted assassination against Captain Brightwind. Do you deny these charges? Kyber, take you!
I don't need to hear this again.
You are a blight to our lineage. Baron Callandon should have had that mark flayed off your skin years ago! The crew gasps and rages. But Captain Brightwind is as cold as ice. He steps forward, saber drawn, and slides the blade along the downed half-elf's cheek.
He's just taunting. Willow flinches at the first sight of blood on the half-elf's cheek, and they exhale through the nose. You know that isn't true. I know that isn't true. Continue.
The assassin scoffs at the threat. What? You think I'm scared of you? If you kill me, they'll send an army after you.
You talk so much.
They've let you play pirate this long because you were just a nuisance, a tick, a parasite. Killing an heir will make them hunt for your blood. You'll never have another night's rest till we send you screaming to the Keeper's gates. Captain Brightwind flinches for a moment. He lets the saber fall away and turns his back to the assassin. His voice is clear and level when he speaks. It's true. If I kill you now, then I mark myself and everybody aboard this vessel as enemies of House Lyrander. His gaze sweeps the crew. It will become a war, the wind whispers against Lyrander. And they won't be satisfied until the Viceroys have my head on a golden platter before them. Else, they won't be satisfied even then. He grins. He whirls around, and in a wash of red and silver, the saber stabs through the assassin's throat. There is a sickening gurgle as blood throws down the windpipe, filling the lungs. A brutal death that lets the victims feel their life drift away. He speaks with a viciousness in his voice that you've never heard before. You can tell the keeper to set the table. My father will be joining you next. He kicks the body off his blade. It hits the deck with a thud. Captain Brightwind walks away, careless of the trail of blood he leaves. Bag the scum. We'll throw that worthless traitor on the doorstep of the nearest Windwrights Guild. Let it be a warning to them, or a declaration of war. We don't fear the coming storm. The weight in your chest is as real now as it was then.
Enough.
Well, for a wisdom saving throw. As you sort of feel your mind start to leak away, and the memories that everything that followed that moment, the horridly slow and all too quick jumble of arguments, the feeling as you become alien, you feel like nobody will listen to you. It's a struggle. You're so tired. It's the... You remember making plans, trying to argue with people, trying to make them see reason. But no, everybody's just too angry.
Enough.
You left the Storm Chaser. You know you left. By your own hand. It was a mess.
What's done is done. Can't be undone. Imagine that the galleon itself is, or rather the airship itself is like flickering. It becomes like it's suspended in the sky, then it's suddenly in the sea, then there's like, or Willow is suddenly in the sea rather, then there's fire, then there's no fire. It's all kind of crunching into one big flurry of everything.
Yeah, you sort of struggle and grip your knees as you try to slow your breathing. You sort of feel a tightness in your chest, like you're drowning, like water is weighing around you. There's a heavy weight in the pit of your
repeating
stomach.
To themselves, what's done is done. Can't be undone. I did what I needed. I made my choices. What's done is done and can't be undone. I did what I needed. I made my choices. They're just on a mantra to themselves. What's done is done. I make my own choices. Live with the choices. Deal with your goddamn choices. Make better choices. But what's done is done.
Do you open your eyes?
What does it feel like?
Cold. Lonely.
I think that last round of the mantra kind of like pries them out of it, and they surface that drowning feeling that they were hoping to basically say, no, I'm not drowning. But I don't think they managed to beat it.
No.
As well as they wanted to.
You feel like stiff and numb and tired.
And I imagine that Willow's eyes kind of fly open and they are disoriented, but they are staring without their glasses directly at the galleon.
Yeah. It's too distant to really make out the shapes properly, but you feel like there's trails of light that sort of flicker across your vision and make you squint.
I don't think Willow puts their glasses back on right away. There's a sort of annoyed defiance about how they're glaring at the galleon. Like it is responsible for this. Their face is back to Willow's usual. By the time they snap out of it, it shifted back sometime during.
Yeah. You push the memories of voices and faces out of your mind. You're not going to let that bother you anymore. You're done with that. It's been done for a long time. He's not here. You're not there.
And Willow is going to get that elemental. If not just because Lyranda shouldn't have it.
Some hell or high water.
Aye.
You set your jaw with determination.
I also imagine there's quite a... they are frowning, but that little last... If I can't have it, Lyranda won't have it. Or I'll set it free, or sink what remains of the galleon. That's the look on Willow's face, and a big grin spreads as they decided that they can deal with all of this. And they will be enacting it as soon as possible.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.